Hello guys, in today's video I want to talk about mobility and movement. I've been training for years, and up until recently it's something, well, in the last year or so, it's something that I never really cared about. When I used to go to the gym and train in my 20s and all that, I'd just go in and just lift the weights, didn't really do any stretching, didn't really do anything else. I just, start off like warm up and then just build up to mainly heavy singles and just lift heavy and all that, and then I'd just leave the gym, blah blah blah. But for quite a few years, I was in excess of 330 pounds, or 23.5 stone. I was nearly 24 stone, and at the beginning of 2020, I went out on a trip to London, and basically, because of my weight, I had back pain. My legs would hurt. I couldn't stand for long periods of time. I had to keep sitting down every 5 minutes. And I just felt like a big fat slob, basically. Like I said, my back was hurting. I had a decent amount of fitness and all that, but because of my weight, I just wasn't moving well, really. And and I'm a driver as well for a living. I do a lot of shift work. I'm a driver, so I'm sitting down a lot. And like I said, I just felt like a big fat, blob just wobbling about. And I thought, I can't live like this, and so I just worked on losing the weight. Learn how to like improve my mobility and all that and stuff, and now I'm fine. My back pain is almost non-existent now. I can move much well. At the moment I'm currently weighing about 308 pounds or 22 stone, so I've lost nearly 2 stone. In the first lockdown, all that, the gym's closed, so I couldn't train, so I just cut my food down anyway, because I thought, well, if I can't train, then there's no point in me eating that amount of food. So I did lose a bit of weight there, and I started doing things I hadn't done for years. I started walking and stuff and all that. And on non-training days, I like to walk or cycle for active recovery, and I found that's really beneficial. So, try and do something every day. Just a bit of walking or a bit of cycling, just for active recovery. I found that's really helped me a lot. And just trying to, just because like I said, I do strongman, so absolute strength is my absolute goal. But it's no good being strong if you just feel like crap all the time, and also in strongman, obviously you've got to be able to move quickly as well. So you need good endurance and good speed as well. I remember a few years ago, I did one strongman competition, and there was 5 events in it, and the first 3 events was log, yoke and deadlift, and I did reasonably well in them. I'm good at yoke and all that. That's quite a strong event for me. Log press, I was reasonable. I did quite well in the first 3 events, but the trouble is I did not have the conditioning to keep going. And the 4th and 5th event, which was farmer's walk and a loading medley, which was the 5th and final event, because I didn't have the conditioning to keep going, by the time I got to the 4th and 5th events, I just had absolutely nothing left. Back then when I did this competition 2 or 3 years ago, I was nearly 24 stone. I was out of shape. I had to keep sitting down between events, because my back just hurt so much and my legs would hurt, and I was just hoping and praying that the guys would take their time doing their lifts so that I could rest as much as possible. And that was another thing as well that spurred me on, because I'm thinking, I've got good static strength. I was ahead of the guys in a lot of the static events and all that, but when it came to the moving events and stuff, I just didn't have the conditioning to keep up and all that, and I was just dreading my name being called. I'm thinking, oh my god, here we go. And like I say, by the time I got to the loading medley, I was just gassed, and I got up and I thinking to myself, I can't do this. And I think there was like 3 kegs to carry or something, and I only managed to carry one of them, and even then I was really slogging it, really dragging it. I was struggling, and I thought, this is no good. I've got to, so now, like I say, I've lost the weight. I try and go every day for bike rides and stuff when I'm not training, and even when I am training, you know, before I train, I'll go out and I'll go cycling for like 10 or 15 minutes just to help me warm up, get the blood flowing and all that and stuff. So yeah, like I said, I've lost the weight, I've cut down on my food a bit. I'm still eating enough to get strong, but not so much that I end up piling on the pounds unnecessarily, you know, because back in the early days when I started training, because obviously, like, you watch World's Strongest Man and all that, they're all huge guys, a lot of them are like over 400 pounds, so I saw that back then and I was under the impression that if I could get really big and all that, I could also gain strength very quickly and easily. But later on I found out it didn't quite work that way. I was trying to eat loads of calories like what they were doing, and it did help my strength to a point, but I was just putting on so much weight, and it got to the point where like I was nearly 24 stone, and it just didn't feel comfortable for me. For reference, I'm about 6 feet tall. Like I'm 22 stone now, so I'm still quite big, but I feel, you know, that 2 stone weight loss made such a big difference. You know, I feel so much better now. So, you know, basically, you know, just, you know, ask yourself, am I moving well? Do I feel good? You know, or do I feel like crap all the time? Am I in pain? You know, have I got bad knees, bad back? You know, could I do with just losing a bit of weight and just, you know, maybe doing some active recovery, just trying to, you know, because a friend of mine who also did a strong man, he recommended like, you know, active recovery, you know, that is much better than just sitting around. Because I was, you know, in the early days of training, I always used to think that just sitting around and laying around was the best thing, and it definitely isn't. You'll make so much better gains if you actually go for a walk or go for a bike ride, you know, do some active recovery when you're not training. It really does make the difference. I've tried it for myself, and it works wonders, you know, and you feel much better doing it as well. So, you know, just ask yourself, you know, am I moving well? You know, are you moving well? How do you feel? You know, do you feel good in yourself? Do you feel light and quick? You know, or do you feel really fat and heavy and slow? You know, like I say, you in any pain? You know, if you feel sluggish and all that, you know, maybe, you know, just try and work on maybe some mobility, maybe drop a little bit of weight or something, and, you know, as long as you're careful with it, you know, you shouldn't lose any strength. You know, like I say, I lost 2 stone. I didn't really lose any strength, you know, but the trick is to try and do it slowly as well at the same time. Again, it depends on what your goals are. Like I say, my goal is absolute strength, so I don't want to do any drastic weight losses. I just want to lose just enough to, like, get me to that point where I feel better, but at the same time I'm still continuing to get stronger. And I am, you know, I'm 40 this year, and I'm probably stronger now than I've ever been, and soon I will be looking to deadlift in excess of 300 kilos. You know, if you've been watching my videos, you'll see that you know, I'm still making good progress. So, and tomorrow I'm going to do log press, and also I'll try and get a video uploaded for that. See if I can go for a new 4 rep max. My best log press for 4 reps is 120 kilos, so I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow and see if I can go above that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if there's anything that you'd like to ask or anything you'd like me to discuss or talk about, you know, drop it in the comments below, and I'll see if I can do a video on that as well, and see if I can discuss anything that maybe you've got questions about. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.